Welcome to Online Game Freaks. This is Freaks, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today is a very special episode because we are going to try to leave this planet once and for all and say goodbye to these hostile robots. Before we do, I want to take a look around and see all the great work we've done here to survive on this savage planet. To begin our journey, let's go all the way back to where this began. One thing about this thing, it doesn't have reverse. We'll take our handy land speeder. This thing is so good. This is probably one of the most efficient builds, land and sea. Lightweight, gas efficient, fast, zero storage. We have arrived. This is the exact spot where we crashed and we stood up and said, hey, this isn't where we were going. And this is the ship itself. You can see I've got a tower here. This is how I took my measurements. This thing tells you how to build the worst car you can in Scrap Mechanic, but it's a good lesson nonetheless. In the side, we have this crash thing, and I do like the original design. If only we could have cleaned this up and gotten it off the ground. But alas, there was no repairing this as is. Perhaps that is chapter 2. Can't even get the battery out of it. A couple of small fires I didn't put out, but that's okay, because I think, I don't know if you can, but I'm gonna see if a few explosives might help get this thing off the ground. Let's see, put a few of these here and there. A few more right out the door, make sure this is, safe for those of us who want to set it off. We can make sure we don't leave this lying around. We can't have that, rotting and birds choking on the parts. Looks like it should be a good way to clean up our act here at the spaceship. Let's see if I can actually hit an explosive from here. There he goes. Nice. I don't think it did a thing to the ship. A little shrapnel. Did these even? Oh, they did. Yeah, these went. There we go. Good as new. Looks like I was never even here. If we come over to the farm, this is of course the first place you go to set up shop. I don't think there's anything left over here. I'm pretty thorough about taking these parts with me. Look at this, completely cleaned up. But no reason these fences can't get a little love. Just for the sake of blowing things up. If you have a mindset to just settle down in a nice place and not worry about it, you could have just stayed here on the first tile and never worried about anything else. Plant your little tomatoes and beets and carrots and just enjoy the rest of your days. But we were more ambitious. So let's take a look at the next stop that we had to go to get our mission underway to try to escape this planet. Luckily for us, this channel the ship carved through went right through an area that had a bunch of loot crates. Can't go wrong with that. They don't respawn, as you can see, which is very unfortunate. Up there, of course, is the tower area. That's where you get the battery, if you're looking for that. For those who are new to Scrap Mechanics, spoiler, battery up there. Of course, we weren't at peace with just a settling in a farm life, so we follow the road is our first mechanic station, and you can see the little light in the distance. The big wrench. It's also, it's really hard to miss. I'm glad they do that, because boy, you don't want to be without a mechanic station. And there it is, a beautiful Scrap Mechanic maintenance station. Looks like number 3 for this guy. The station is a great place to start. You can build some defenses on these 2 walls, perfectly safe inside of it. Get yourself a chance to build up supplies. However, I find it's not necessarily the best place to build farms, so you can run into issues with food. After our mechanic station, got our supplies, we got our craft bots. A rumor there was another survivor on the planet, and if we find our way right around the first packing plant, there's a bit of a hidden volcano in the side. Looks like a mountain all the way around unless you find this particular ramp, and here is where we found our buddy the trader. He has what looks like a very sweet, harmless little complex. It's got a place to grab supplies. He's even got a nice place. He provides free seeds. But let's say hi to the trader. Let's see how he's doing. Here's the free seeds. Hey buddy, wave. It's good to see we're still in business with our credit guy. I'm glad to see you're not robbing me in the store. The problem happens is I wouldn't want to come around here at night. Come around to the back of the building, and you can see here that, he's got this whole illicit trade thing going up for arms. This, when you buy the guns, I have to come back here and he crates them up, and he's got this guy in a cage. Oh yeah, look at, he's trying to shake his way out. It's not a good scene, people. But we have the cure for this in our inventory. We're gonna release this farmer a little bit. Hey guy, we'll get you out of here. Let's fill this up. They really should have told you not to mess with a guy who owns a glow bug farm. All right, this is gonna put an end to this illicit business right now. Oh, look at that. The fruit survived. Now that we've shut down this business, we can move on to our next spot and show you one of the first automations that we put in to help us with doing trade with the farmer. One of the first puzzles you're given in Scrap Mechanic is how to work the packing station. And here we have our elegant solution of we've created a little booth here, and I can hit the switches and it moves the conveyor belt over and it starts squirting the veggies into the right bucket. Very, very happy with the results of this. It could really pack up some veggies in no time at all and get us on our way. The system is really good for loading the crates, but I didn't really come up with an elegant solution other than just putting these things on a truck and carting them out of here, which works great. It's a little clunky. I've seen people make conveyor belts and tracks and automatic catchers for these crates to load into things. They're brilliant. I think that is amazing. I do want to try that in the future. I actually want to try a giant catapult too. Let's see if we can launch these bad boys. Get the lighting on it. No brakes, so just stop. Stop here. Thank you. All right, 4th of July it is. Let's go. Oh, you've got to love that. We got a little debris left over here. That's okay. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. Final blows. See ya. Well, that concrete's tough stuff, huh? I refuse to let it win. And there it is. Clean as a whistle. Can you blow these up? Can you? Oh, shoot these. I've never actually tried to destroy my own food crates. Let me try a small one first, just to see how sensitive these are. Oh, there it went. It rolls, it blows. Okay, let's try this one. See ya, buddy. And that one's gone too. Of course, Scrap Mechanic has vegetables and fruit, so if we approach a little down the road, we get to the fruit packing plant, and it's basically the same solution. A little bit different on the dress up, but again, a nice shifter that can take us out and plug in plenty of produce for us as we're taking things over to the trader. I'm gonna see if I can get it while it's running. Is it enough explosives? And the answer is always no. You can always add more. Oh, look at that. See ya. Be gone. What is this? Is this some sort of supercrete? And yeah, I know I could have picked it up and just deleted it, but why? That's not near as much fun. Here you go, Blueberry. You can have your own. Oof, gotta love those chain reactions. And one of the fun things, of course, about Scrap Mechanic is it's a land, sea, and air experience. And right across the street, we built our dock experience. We've got ourselves fresh clams. You can't go wrong with that. A little storefront window. You can see it's really decked out nicely, so business is good. We found out very quickly that the boat, although very stylish and fancy and floats well, is not good on the old gas things. The bigger the boat, the more gas you push it around, and you need more stuff to carry the gas, which makes it heavier, which means you need more engines to push it around. The math doesn't add up real quick. So we end up with the small scooter that we have today, the little jet ski we're scooting around, and it is so much more efficient. The big problem, of course, is it doesn't have storage. So if I'm just wanting to go out a big clam run, which is really the best thing for boats, it's worth it. You just slap, the motors on it, you suck it up, and you spin the gas, and you boat around for a while. Get yourself a bunch of clams. Let's see, I need a little more here. Spend a lot of time on that sign, just getting the font just right for fresh clams. We can't have this walkway here. We gotta return that back to nature. What was chasing that walk? Okay, I don't like walk abuse in front of me. I don't stand for it. Although I do hear a little toad pipe. Where is he? Oh, I hear him. You coming for me, guy? Oh, hey, you want to set this off? Come on, come over here. Oh God, I'm gonna be right in the middle of this. Come over here. I'm right here. Oh, pathing. You're gonna try pathing? Since when are you guys smart? Nope, just come over here. That guy's calm. He's like, I am going very careful. Look, he won't even aggro. Hey. All right, fine. You're going down with the ship. He looked right at it as he went. That's good stuff. That's solid. Gotta pick up our shirt. Oh, you guys didn't connect. Clean beach is a happy beach. Oh no, I was not near far enough away from that. Whew. That one got me. Yeah, this is the good stuff. All right, let's take out this beacon. I wonder if the beacon can be blown up. I never did check the toughness of a beacon. It can't handle explosives, so now we know. One of the big problems we ran into real quick, of course, is you never have enough fuel. Setting up a good fuel base is very important. Here we have our trusty oil pump going to town diligently. Gotta love that Texas oil pump feel. Inside here, of course, is the pump. We put a chest here, we turn on, and boom, we get all the oil we need. And all that oil, of course, is used to make explosives. It'd be extra cool if the oil itself would catch fire, but I have no evidence that that's gonna happen. But hey, let's give it a shot anyway. See if we can create ourselves a genuine, get our car at a safe distance, and now let's go ahead and light this little natural disaster. Goodbye, Texas oil rig. Wow, that is a complete clean out. I did not expect that. Just like the oil, we had to come up with a solution that we could get chemicals so we can make all the concrete that we needed. And here we came up with an elegant, I like to call it my Star Wars balcony railing into nowhere approach to design. It just sticks all the way out here. Again, you just stick the chest in the pumps and you get all the chemical you want. And in this case, we want none, but we are going to clean up our act. We don't want Scrap Mechanic Corporate getting mad that we left a bunch of our supplies behind. This stuff is all, trade secret Scrap Mechanic. You can't have this stuff just lying around. I might have to blow myself up to get out of here. I am really trapped. In the chemical. I don't know if holding on to explosives while running in chemicals the safest thing to do, but we pulled it off. Oh man, I have got to stop parking my car next to these things. That looks like it should be enough for us. A nice little send-off. Thank you for your service. Oh, look at that. I even it kind of fell a little bit as it was blowing up from the front to the back. Lovely. And a nice, another clean oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, no. Leave the cow alone. Thank you. No. The idea of being hit by these guys while I'm carrying explosives, it just doesn't sit right with me. Oh man, we're on a lift. No. Okay, that's a lot of drama. I'm just trying to conduct a tour here, people. Once we had fully automated everything, that's when we got the idea that perhaps we could get off of this planet, and we decided to move to the actual launch base here. A great base, well defended from many different angles and sides. There's actually a lot of good places to build inside this particular tile. I think it has some of the best potential for gathering chest and component kits, but due to the large number, there's chest everywhere. Oh, yeah, that happened. There's chest everywhere, and there are 2 spawn points for the farm bots, and you can get tons of component kits from them sometimes, 3 at a time if you're lucky. Excuse me, I'm giving a tour. No respect for the tours around here. No, there's more. My tour bus here is very fast, but is also very fragile. So we just gotta tuck her away very carefully. And here we are. This is our current base and platform. It's a little clunked up because we've just been adding and more to it. We did have what I would call a terminal incident, where I have stuff that is bouncing around and stuck under the ground. I haven't actually tried to blow it up, so I don't know if this will do anything, but let's give it a shot. Maybe this will make it quiet. It did it. Oh wow, that actually worked. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, I don't have to put up with that noise. Speaking of noise, you need to cut it out. Okay, there we go. That's great news. We got to stop that racket under there. Perfect. Oh, there's so many good things here. Where do we start? All right, I think what we can do, let's start with, well, I guess I'm gonna start with you, sir, and your friend. Let's go down the line. So what we have here is a standard, looks like we have a farm stand. Pluck this right off the side of the road. I think these make great little decorations for everywhere. They come with supplies. You get these lights in them. They have soil typically. This one came with a bathroom. You'll want to make sure that you grab that. That's kind of important. And of course you could strip them down for the wood. It's pretty easy to come by. It's not like good material wood, but it really gets you jump started. If you find a few of these at the early part of the game, you can really get a lot of material fast, and it can be converted to better wood, which you need for like tires. Another scrap morning, and I have been busy placing our explosives. So I think we've got it covered. We'll have to see what survives this. We've got our scrap buildings, and I did include my scrap lift. This was really helpful for getting around during our build of our spaceship. I found it kind of tricky just moving around all the time with the seats, and that was very portable. I don't know if you can do any damage to these big green chests. I don't think so, but I'm gonna give it a shot to see how this explosion goes. Oh, look at that. Oh, shrapnel, look out. That should be enough. Let's go ahead and send this goodbye. Oh, you gotta love that. Nothing left, but it looks like I replaced a wall at one point, and that is gone. Now over here, we've got a couple of our smaller guys. This is our Mach 1 robot. He slightly turns left, and if you get in his way, he backs up a little bit and tries to go forward. He's not very smart. He can get real stuck real easy, but he's semi-automated. I've got a little one for you. Here, buddy. You can have that. How's that? You like that? Oh, he got stuck already. All right, we'll take care of his problem. Oh, he just vanished. Just poof. This one, actually, I put a chest on it, and I had it going around the walls with the vacuum, and it would pick up the component kits and circuit boards that came from the raids. It's a lot smarter in that you can, let me turn it on. It actually navigates around things pretty well. It sees where I am, it knows which way to go. It says, oh, okay, I can handle getting around you. It's actually pretty hard to stump this particular one. And if you look, you'll see part of the magic is these front sensors move a little bit. It creates constant differences in input, so it can adapt a little bit as things change. It makes it a little smart. Now here, of course, it's not meant to be off-road, but it is meant to navigate around very well on its own, and it does a great job of it. So buddy, congratulations. This is your final reward for all of your hard work. We're going to send you back to the parts place in the sky. I want to make sure we get these fully. I don't want this to be painless as possible, buddy. This will be over in a second. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you for your service. Nothing left of them. Nothing but a dream. On this side, we had an addition of our scrap bucks, a combination bank and a coffee shop. A really nice place to hang out, after a hard day of work. A great view of the launch pad as well. We're gonna do a little remodeling up here, just to see if we can aerate this a little bit. An open sky concept, I wanna call it. All right, scrap bucks, I appreciate all the coffee, but it's time to go. Look at that, it just vanishes into the mist. And a bearing survived that somehow. A base would be complete, of course, without your own personal break room, cafeteria, I don't know, pub, dance floor, whatever you want to call that. Upstairs, I did have a little bit of my personal space. I'm not a person for like big fancy bedrooms. I got a lot of other stuff to do, so I didn't really do a lot up here. I did take my clothing rack all the way to the roof. I just like the lighting up here is good. I can have a little seat, take a look at the things under construction, change my outfits and appearances however I wanted. And it was really good, nice and tall. You got a great view from up here. So I think this was really, really a good spot and had a lot of good ways for me to sit here and think about my next builds and ponder how things went wrong on the ones that I'd done in the past. Hi Herbie, hey Kirby. I'm just doing a little bit of redecorating. You don't mind? These are just storage containers. I store explosives in them, just to be honest with you. But just nothing to worry about. The explosives don't do anything on their own. They just sit in their little containers, very harmless. As long as no one does anything careless, like shoot them with a spud gun, you'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. Great burgers, guys. Great cooking. You've been really, really helpful. Get rid of this club scene up here, and there's, things have happened. We don't talk about at the club, what happens at the club stays at the club. I don't know if that's enough, but we'll see if we can at least take down a level or two of this bad boy. Okay, it did take out my spawn point. I gotta be very careful here about if I die, I can end up all the way at the beginning. I really do like to set up a nice build area like this. It helps if you have a grid pattern to build on to keep things square and you can count, and even mapping things out. You may have noticed in this series, sometimes I will map things out as I go. I find it really helpful with this tile block or anything that has a good grid to it to do exactly that. And to store all my parts in one place for building makes for a quick build. Of course, it'd be nice if there were labels on the chest. I would love to see labels for chest. To write things in the tile for a chest, it's just too much. You can color them. I find that is the compromise, that I'll put green, how colors work. But I will, color code the chest sometimes just to help myself if I'm in a bit of a pinch and I find myself stumbling a lot. I like things to be efficient. There's a lot of work in that, but that's the way it goes. This is the reward for all that hard work, in my opinion. Let's say goodbye to our outdoor workshop. I salute you. Parts flying in the water everywhere. Another shirt laying on the ground. My outdoor explosion took a little bit of my indoor workshop out, but that's okay. We can still get up here with a bit of our seat. And here we have our crafting chain with our 3 craft bots fully loaded and ready to build. And you can see here, it's one of my areas where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to remember that 1 blip generator. That's a 2-block 1 blip generator. Sometimes I'll use common components and I'll just leave them built so I can just like, oh, okay, that's how I did that. Because sometimes it's a while since between builds and I may have to look things up, and this is perfectly available for me to build. But let's go ahead and finish our decoration here. We'll send this building off. A lot of good work got done in here. We can't tell you how many times I have been in here crafting my little scrap mechanic butt off. Our hard-won signs out of the warehouse. I really like those scrap signs. They're really cool. We also have below the workshop our glow bug racetrack. We got tons of really good glow out of this, and actually I had a lot of fun racing the glow bugs. I have to admit, I raced them more than I showed you guys because it was just a lot of fun, and I could actually introduce new bumpers to it and watch how it introduced variances and how they raced. It's not high-speed, exciting racing. It's no NASCAR. Have a nice relaxing day of glow bug racing, and you get the glow out of it. You need it anyway. This is a big building. It's probably gonna go down in some chunks, is what I'm guessing. Goodbye, workshop. Man, that was good. That was so good. Okay, and not too much left over. A little bit of cleanup here. It could be a counter, a timer, or a clock, just depending on how you set the memory and where you wanted it to repeat from. So here, I'm showing you the counter function, or a timer function, where it's just clicking through the numbers, scaling itself up, working its way through the memory channels. Perfectly valid function. You can also be set, if we turn that off, I can have it's using the sensor now on the hand, so every time something goes in front of it, it counts instead of automatically doing it. It actually has to have something happen. This could be great for scoring in games, for example. If you wanted to see how many times somebody could hit a target and collect that score, this is a great way to do that. You can have a sensor set up and it will count the score. And it also built in with, of course, with a reset function, and we can manually count if we like as well. A fully functional counter system. And we're gonna take it and we're gonna retire it as well. All these logic gates and all of these wires. This is spaghetti. And it's very neatly and tightly organized and packed. That looks really good. Okay, and another really helpful, really useful. I hope everyone learned as much. I actually learned a few extra tricks on this one when I built it myself. So that was a great experiment for us. And just like that, it is gone. And that alone gave us back 4 frames. We are getting a few frames back as we go here. They get a little sketchy again anywhere I get near the farm, and make sure we get this launch pad area cleaned up. Observation platform. Let's see how you fare to a little explosive test. Oh, we have some flying debris, people. Watch your heads. Good old Metal 3 really takes the punishment. It's time. Let's take on that farm. We're gonna start with our little bridge here. We can just clean up right behind us as we go. Although I don't want to fall in that hole. Yeah, it's a little. That's why I built the bridge, so I don't have to swim around all the place. It takes quite a bit of time running around. One too many. I want to make sure we get this. Oh, the pump's not going anywhere with all that metal on it, which was, of course, the plan. I don't think you can blow up block crates. I think the resource crates will go, though. Those will be out of here. Saw blades, there's no way that encryptor's going to blow up. A lot of good defense on this side of the base. Take out our ammo hut, at least the parts that we can. Again, heavily fortified. I see a lot of metal 3 here. So much paint for this camo design. I'm probably more missing that than anything else. And this tower, all right, we're gonna have to start all the way at the top if we're gonna take this bad boy down. And I got a feeling this is gonna look like a skeletal whale because I'm seeing some good block in here. We'll load it up. We'll see what comes down. Our ammo cache is gonna have to go. Let's see how this happens. All right, big guy. Oh, look at the tower. Nothing but bones are left. Nothing but that metal 3. A little metal 2. Oh, boom. Take out the rest of the wall. And the bridge. Bridge no more. It's farm time. All the canisters and chests. We should be able to clean this up pretty quick. Say goodbye to the farm. One of our final accomplishments was taking on the level 10 raid, and to do that we built this big turret capable of delivering a lot of damage out to those farm bots. And it turned out to be a rebuild a few times as we improved the functionality of it for being more and more accurate as we went. We've got our refiners over here, resource collectors, our protective walls. All right, let's see what we can blow up. Stuff. And we'll call this done, except for let's take out that turret. Ooh, that was satisfying. Yeah, there's nothing to write home about. It is gone. That turret is gone. What? You're a tough little guy, aren't you? What is the deal there? Is the metal protecting it? It's a draw then. With everything cleared out of the way, we now have a glorious 94 frames per second. I couldn't ask for better scrap performance. It is a clear morning. It looks like a great day for our launch. Let's take it off of our support. Let's get this thing on its own feet and get ready for liftoff. We have a green light from the tower. We are clear for takeoff. Systems are go. We are launch. Systems are testing very well. We have lift. We have steering control. This is awesome. All systems are nominal. Oh, before we go into space, I've got to close the door. Close the door. Whew, that was close. That could have been really bad. All right, it's time, kids. Let's get out of here. A beautiful view of our entire world all at once. There's the tile. Right there is our base tile where we started off. And that's it. We are pushed against the skybox. We have made it to the atmospheric limit. We've got to push through though. We are not going to take this lying down. We must escape. That was an incredibly fun run of early access scrap mechanic survival. Your great suggestions and questions help us solve problems in fun, creative, and sometimes pretty technical ways, and I can't thank you enough. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to get notices of future videos. Our adventures in scrap mechanic are far from over. Until then, I can't wait to see you next time in game.